Gemini, I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot. Today is Tuesday, May 14th, 2024. I wanted to thank you for being one of the top three all watch signs this week. First place was Cancer, second was Virgo, and you were there in a very close third. And so my way of thanking you is to just do this very special reading for you. I'm not setting any intentions for this reading. These are just really messages that the divine wants you to have at this time. I'm going to draw three oracle cards, clarify them with the Pulp deck tarot, which I received as a gift and I love very, very much. And then I'm going to further clarify them with a secondary tarot deck that I too love very, very much. So please remember, this is a collective general reading, not individualized or personalized to you. It's quite possible that not every message that comes through today will resonate with you, and if that's the case, it's okay. It just means it's for another Gemini watching. My hope, though, is that we can hop on your timeline, give you some insight into what you're currently going through and what's coming up ahead in the near future for you, and at the very least, maybe you'll be able to get something out of this. So with all that said, let's begin. Tapping into Gemini for May 2024. Any messages you would like them to know at this time for the collective Gemini out there, for the collective Gemini group. We're going to do one more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Gemini, we have crystals or achievement, angel numbers, confirmation, and rainbow or hope. Bottom of the deck, lotus flower, which means enlightenment. Now, I had said this in both your weekly read and your monthly read for May. So this week's read and the overall monthly read, that you were really, I kept saying, on the precipice, right? Like on the edge of something really magnificent. Let's clarify these, but I'm still with that group, with that collective group. So if you're watching, I'm pretty sure that this is your storyline. Achievement. Why is achievement here for the Gemini collective? What do they need to know about this? One more shuffle, please, and thank you. Clarified by the Nine of Wands. Angel numbers, confirmation. This is about seeing certain signs or symbols or synchronicities, like the 1111 number or something like that. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Five of Pentacles and rainbow, hope. Why is rainbow here? One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. And that is clarified by the Nine of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, we have the Empress, followed by the Ten of Cups, and the Four of Pentacles, which is followed by the Four of Swords. So I do feel that you are on the verge of something after coming out of this period where you have felt maybe like you had to put up some boundaries. This is like almost like a hard-won battle for you in some respect. You may have had financial issues for some of you, right? Five of Pentacles, or maybe not feeling good enough, feeling in lack. But I think this is all turning around for you, because we're ending the reading here with the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles, for me, has always been my favorite card out of tarot, even though I'm an air sign like you. But the Nine of Pentacles, when I was going through my separation and divorce, and I was thinking, about tarot, because I've loved tarot for decades now. And I'm so old, I could say decades, for decades now. And, if I could have been at any card or manifested myself into any tarot card, what would it have been? And it's the Nine of Pentacles, because Nine of Pentacles, she looks good, she smells good, she's completely self-sufficient, emotionally, financially. She can take care of herself. And I say she, because there's a woman on the card, but for the men watching, Nine of Pentacles could be you as well. Someone who could just really take care of themselves. You don't need someone, right? If you want someone in your life, it's because you genuinely want them. You want to share the experience of life with them, but you don't need them to pay bills. You don't need them to make you feel pretty or handsome or whatever. You don't need them to buy you things. You can whatever, take care of your own home and all of that stuff. So I really like the Nine of Pentacles. I like that it's right below that Hope Rainbow card. So let's start clarifying now. Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is almost like the last man standing on the battlefield. Like all these people are coming for this person. And I say she again because it's a woman on the card, but like she's standing there, like she's still holding her ground, right? There's all this courage and perseverance. Meanwhile, behind her, there's like a whole village being burnt down, right? There's a whole town on fire. There are troops coming in. She is outnumbered. This person is outnumbered, and just like, I don't care. I'm going to hold my ground. I barricaded myself with these wands behind me, these 8 wands. I'm holding on to the 9th wand. I'm not letting go. Like this is my position. So I think for many of you, Yeah, that what you have gone through, right? Look how strong that crystal is there, right? Just kind of standing there like a tower, like a beacon of hope and strength, kind of like this individual is doing in the card. So whatever that is for you, that battle, right, has been for you. It was intended to make you stronger. It's actually quite an achievement in your life because it has strengthened you in many ways. Let's clarify this further. Nine of Wands for the Gemini collective. One more shuffle, please, and thank you. Nine of Wands clarified by King of Wands. Love it. Five of Swords. Yeah, that conflict, like taking control over that conflict. One more here. Three of Cups. Nothing speaks more about achievement, really, in tarot than the Three of Cups. So, yeah, it's clarifying this. It's like you were able to now have this achievement, right? Because I'm asking about the now. So you are now experiencing the achievement after some long battle here, some strife, tension, grief. For some of you, could have been betrayal, right? This is going to swing in very like polar opposite extreme conditions because we're all on different timelines. So for you, this could have just been like tension, argument. For another person, this could have been some really serious betrayal that you've gone through. But whatever it was, you took control. King of Wands takes control. King of Wands is the visionary, King and Queen of Wands in tarot. They're the visionaries. They're the creators. They're the entrepreneurs. It's almost like they create the businesses. They can see out of the box. They are the visionaries. And it's because they have fire energy, right? So even though you're an air sign, we still all embody all four energies, right? Fire, earth, air, water. So with whatever conflict this was that you were going through, right, that kind of put you in that position of the Nine of Wands, however this conflict resonates for you, you took control of it. And in taking control of that, you actually ushered in for yourself this time now of celebration, which I believe is what the Gemini collective is really heading towards. And it's quite profound, actually, and amazing because we're heading into your birthday season, right? This is Gemini season. I think there's like 5 planets moving at the same time into Gemini season. And then there's like Kazimis, and I love the astrology that I've been taking an hour-and-a-half class every week on it. And once you start doing that, you start realizing how astrological movements really do affect us. And I do think that this particular Gemini season is probably going to be the best one that Geminis have had in a number of years. Honestly, in a number of years. I think this sets you on a path for like a really good 8 to 12 years, to be quite honest, for those of you who take advantage of it, right? For those of you who stood your ground and took control and were visionaries and handled conflicts accordingly. And conflicts could be anything, professional, personal, or romantic life. But now as we're coming into your season, here comes the achievement, the celebration of all of this. And I almost want to say an expansion of creativity with that Three of Cups. Angel numbers was confirmed by the Five of Pentacles. Why the Five of Pentacles? What does this mean for the Gemini collective? One more shuffle here, please. And thank you. We're going to do one more. Thank you, Spirit. All right. Five of Pentacles, clarify. Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands to Nine of Wands. 2 different decks. Yes, you had to go through this period of maybe being left out in the cold, having financial issues, whatever that hardship was for you, maybe even feeling in lack. That's what tested your faith. That's what gave you the courage to persevere. Further clarified, Three of Swords. For a lot of you, it was heartbreak. Mending your own hearts for many of you. For some of you, maybe even third-party situation, because I now have Three of Cups and Three of Hearts. So, you know, for some of you where it's a romantic situation, there could have been a lot of grief or the feeling of rejection because of that situation. Nine of Cups, I told you, it's all leading you. Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. I love all the 9 cards in tarot, and you now have 3 of the 9 cards. We have Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Wands. We actually have Nine of Wands twice because I used 2 different decks, and now Nine of Cups. So the only thing that we're missing is Nine of Swords, which is okay because that just means you're up in your head. But although in reverse, it means that you're coming out of the negative thinking. So maybe that card will come up as well. But it looks like after a period of heartbreak, separation, maybe feeling rejection, some type of grief, whether in your professional, personal, or romantic life, that you have achieved something by going through this. You know, unfortunately, sometimes we have like these regretful rite of passages. I was telling Cancer in their bonus read this week, and it looks for most of you Geminis, it's heart-based. For them, it was a little bit more like family-based, taking advantage of them. For you, it seems to be more like of a love relationship, but it does appear that you stood your ground where needed, and it is now all leading you into victory. 3 of Cups to the 9 of Cups. Let's keep clarifying. 9 of Pentacles. Why is that here for rainbow and hope? Why is that here for the Gemini collective? One more shuffle, please, and thank you. 9 of Pentacles clarified by 10 of Wands. Ace of Swords. I love it. Breakthrough moment. Break to the 10 of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles to the 10 of Pentacles. There is, let's see, bottom of the deck, King of Pentacles. There's your other half. Gemini, lovers, the choice. Look at that, King of Cups, World card, 9 of Wands. Boy, are you moving fast. You are, I think Gemini season for a lot of you are just going, it will go by tremendously fast. It'll be like, first day of Gemini season, and then before you know it, it's like June 22nd or whatever, and you're like, oh my God, we're going into Cancer season. Like, what the hell happened to Gemini season? I think for a lot of you, it's going to move that quickly. For those of you where your trials and tribulations were business, right? King of Wands is the visionary, opening up a business. I think by the end of Gemini season, you are well on your way to having raw power and well on your way to making the 10 of Pentacles. I think you're working very hard and diligently on this. I think a lot of you maybe are persevering, having the courage to move forward in this, you know, new professional endeavor. You might not have a lot of money or a lot of money to invest. You may have spent a lot of money in trying to educate yourself on whatever this new thing is that you're learning. You're still holding your own, but 9 of Pentacles very quickly in Gemini season works towards the 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles is a long-term financial success. So I think a lot of you are working on something now as the King of Wands. Persevering. Might be hard. Might be some setbacks, or I should have said might have had some setbacks trying to fulfill this wish of yours, professionally speaking, right? But the end, the payout is amazing. You actually end up, after all of this, being the King of Pentacles, bringing complete financial stability to your life. So those of you on a financial endeavor, beautiful, beautiful moment for you. I like that the Ace of Swords is here. That talks about raw power, victory. Here we have the Enlightenment card, so at the bottom of that deck. So very good for you financially. Where it's romantic, you want to talk about romantic. I think there has been some conflict for most of you in your romantic life. Some of you have a third-party situation. Others of you don't. There's just been some kind of disconnection, tension, strife, grief. You've had to be very resilient, very courageous to persevere in the relationship. There may have been moments where you felt a bit 5 of Pentacles, maybe left out in the cold, maybe felt not good enough, felt like you were in lack, but you have transformed from feeling like you were in the dark and not, look how different the color contrast is, feeling like you're in the dark and not seen, to totally being in the spotlight. And I just love that, because you can see the transition just in the color of cards of where you're headed to. We start off with a lot of like darker cards, like shaded, and slowly progress to the yellow here. You know, this is all like yellow, yellow. Even this has like a tinge of sunlight behind it, right? The Ace of Swords. So it's like you go from this period of like darkness and conflict and not feeling good enough, and really stepping into the sun, which is amazing because the sun will be entering Gemini. So I think this is looking really, really good for you, Gemini. Now let's jump ahead. I'm going to go back into the pulp deck. We're going to look for the next 30 days. So whether it's professional or love, I see a really wonderful outcome for you as we move into Gemini season. The choices you have made thus far has really, really landed you in, like, I almost want to say like a brilliant place, because look, bottom of that deck is the King of Cups. King of Cups is someone who's like very even keel, very emotionally balanced, holds a lot of unconditional love for themselves and for others. And, you know, if it's an endeavor or a project you're doing, you have a lot of love for that. Very generous with your love when it comes to people. So I think as we're ending Taurus season, a lot of Geminis are feeling very grounded, because let's be honest, for most of us, April was crap. I did the readings, I meditated on all 12 signs, and I have to tell you, April and most of Taurus season was really, really difficult for the overall collective for all 12 signs. And I think coming into Gemini season, there's almost like a sigh of relief for so many of you. But you persevered during that hard time. Those of you who persevered and didn't give up, you Nine of Wands did the whole time, if I can even say it that way, Nine of Wands did. You have waiting for you victory because you did not give up. So congratulations. Let's look at the next 30 days for Gemini. Next 30 days, which would take us from now until like the middle of Gemini, almost the end of Gemini season. Next 30 days for the Gemini collective, what's coming towards them regarding this reading, their achievement, their confirmation. And yeah, I think you're receiving confirmation at this time, like everything's going to be okay. So there's definitely a rainbow here. Rainbow comes in after storms. I just realized that there's a rainbow on the refrigerator here in this photo. So it's like you're almost like your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Your real victory, Gemini, is almost there. After all the hard work that you've put into whatever this relationship or this project or this new endeavor is, there's a pot of gold waiting for you. So very beautiful. Next 30 days for the Gemini collective regarding this achievement, confirmation, hope, and enlightenment. What do they need to know? One more shuffle, please, and thank you. Gemini, we have Four of Wands, another card of victory. Love it. Four of Wands, the Strength card, very nice. And the Eight of Wands. I told you it was going to be quick. This is the second fastest card in the deck. So I asked for the next 30 days. The next 30 days will move very quickly for you. For those of you, whether it's professional, personal, or romantic relations, lots of communication. So if it's a new business, you're brainstorming ways to improve it or expand it. And you're doing this with either an individual or a team of people. So lots of rapid fire communication to kind of brainstorm. Again, this is Wands. So this is all that fire energy, that entrepreneurial energy. Having the strength to persevere. I think a lot of you, in terms of if it's a new endeavor or a new project, you're probably putting in a lot of hours into it, or a lot of like personal or like emotional time into it. And so I think you're going to need a little bit more strength. So just make sure you take care of yourself during the next 30 days. Don't push it too much. But I love how that whole thing started, because it started with victory. So definitely victory. And when it comes to love, same thing. It's basically telling you like strength overrides the Three of Swords, and they're in the same column here. So I would say to continue to be strong regarding your romantic relations. There is victory here for you. I do see a lot of communication between you and an individual, most likely travel as well, because the Eight of Wands does imply travel. Let's further clarify this for the Gemini collective. Four of Wands to the strength to the Eight of Wands. Four of Wands to the strength to the Eight of Wands. Almost lost half the deck there. I'm so excited for you. One more time here. Four of Wands, strength, Eight of Wands. Thank you. Eight of Cups. That's okay, because Eight of Cups means you're walking away from what no longer served you, right? Which was probably this stress, grief, tension. So that's okay. Walking away from all of that, seeing things better, walking away again from all the burdens of the past. What are you walking into? You're walking into your power. Your power is the Empress or Emperor, regardless whether you are feminine or masculine energy. And I really like the Seven of Wands, because here is another card of two people holding their position. For those of you, again, whether, bottom of the deck, Five of Wands, again, people holding their position, like a winning at all cost thing. I like the Seven of Wands in this deck because you see two people. There are all of these wands, right, sticks coming at them, and they are still trying to fend them off. So it's almost like a win at almost at any cost thing. I like this because it shows me that where you start this month being singular, Nine of Wands, right? You've had to go through this entire period at times feeling very alone. You're ending that 30-day period with someone else. There's now two of you. There are two of you with that city burning and the troops and stuff coming towards you and the conflict. There's now two of you. So if this is a business relationship, if this is a business you're starting and you might have had to like go it alone at the beginning, by the end of June, you do have a partner, right? You do have someone that you are partnering with, walking away from doing it alone, walking it away from Nine of Wands, walking towards actually collaborating with someone, could be several people, that will really elevate you into your Empress power. For others of you where it was a love situation, I think you're leaving behind the feelings of heartache and burdens, etc., where you were singular, right, doing this. I think you do end up united with your person, kind of fending off, fighting off everyone else and moving forward together. So I really like the Seven of Wands card in this deck. It plays out well to the message, or complements the message very well for you, whether it is your professional, personal, or romantic life. I'm going to go into this deck now. I want to look just beyond the 30 days for you, Gemini. So definitely lots of collaboration here, leaving behind the hard times, really walking into some beautiful things here for you with that Nine of Cups is your wish fulfillment. For me, the Nine of Cups is the minor arcana to the star card. I always tell my querents or people I read for that when they see the Nine of Cups to make a wish. So make your wish, Gemini, because it's going to come true in your season nonetheless. So I like that. Let's look beyond, just beyond that 30 days. Let's go 30 to 60 days. What does Gemini need to know? So that would be like Cancer season, right? Middle of June to middle of July. What do they need to know about that? One more shuffle, please, and thank you. So further out, Gemini, we have Knight of Swords. Like it, second fastest knight in the deck. Some readers read it as the fastest knight in the deck, so take it however it resonates for you. Page of Wands, love it. Eight of Wands to the Eight of Wands. So that fast movement, that action, right? Action card, enthusiasm. Look how the cards come out. So I love it. So your 30 days is like, look at your 30 days, right? Victory, having the strength to continue, keep moving forward, maybe travel, lots of communication, walking away from maybe doing it alone, being it alone, going at it alone, coming into your Emperor, Empress status, and now doing it together, like collaborating with someone. I like it really good. And that momentum of the Eight of Wands continues, because I said post 30 days. Post 30 days, we still have a lot of communication happening, a lot of rapid movement action. Whether it's your professional, personal, romantic life, there's still a lot of exploration. This is also another nod to travel. I do think a lot of you will be traveling, probably with an individual within the next month or two, whether it's like for business or love, but for some of you, like going to a new place, could actually be like relocating, moving. For others of you, could just be like day trips, exploring, right? The Page of Wands is an explorer. This is someone who likes to discover new places. They're very enthusiastic, but either way, very quick movement, lots of communication. Let's not forget that the Eight of Wands is also seen as Cupid's arrows, and so you have two of those. So for those of you looking for a love reading, coming out of heartbreak or mending heartache, heartbreak, whether you're looking for someone new or looking to reconcile, both of those are on the table for you. For some of you, you will have both. For some of you, you will have reunion with a prior person and the new person come into your life. And you will have to make the choice card. That's you, Gemini, in the Major Arcana. You are the Lovers, which was the original choice card, torn between two lovers. So for some of you, it's that as well. But yes, the next 2 months looking extremely fruitful for you. Very, very favorable, and it will move quickly, very quickly. So don't blink. It'll be Leo season then before you know it. Bottom of the deck. Yep, I told you a lot of like messages coming through for you. The Death card. Yeah, this is something totally changing in your life. So that's what I meant by the Eight of Cups. Like the way you did things before, whether you did them alone or you were single, it's your life has been in a transition for quite some time, and it will be changing in Gemini season, changing for the better. I now have the Emperor. So the first deck you came out as the Empress, so now I have the Emperor. For a lot of you, it is meeting a divine counterpart or reconciling. Three of Cups, right? It's all about reunion and reconciling with a divine counterpart. I have the High Priestess. I think a lot of you know this, whether it's a professional, personal, or romantic situation where maybe there has been some struggles or some conflict, or if you had to go it alone or was a third party, I think intuitively you knew that it was all going to work out in your favor. And well, wouldn't you know, it is in your season. So you have about another week of Taurus season to go, and then we are officially in your season. So get ready, get prepared. I would sleep. I would spend the next week napping as much as you can, because I think Gemini season is just going to go off like a firecracker for you. And I hope you enjoy every moment of it. I certainly enjoyed this reading for you. If you liked it, if it resonated with you, if you want to claim any part of it or all of it, be sure to hit like, share, subscribe, drop me some comments below. I do enjoy reading all of the stories that you feel inclined to share with me regarding your journey. It's a privilege for me to read all of them and to be able to interact with you. Until I read for you again, Gemini, I am sending you light, love, and peace.